अभी आप बताओ, आप कौन हो और यहाँ क्यों आए हो?
Thank you, Ravi sir, first of all, for coming over here and taking our detailed coverage of the things which we are doing and helping us out by their advice and the things on the timely manner. I am grateful for the people like you and Vijay Sagar sir, who is always guiding us, at the same time helping us out in the things. So let me start by the recent achievement which our group has got in this matter. We have filed the FIR. This is the FIR copy which I am having. For me, it is more than any other trophy or any other thing which I have ever possessed in my life. Why I say like this is because talking about FIR as an ordinary person before, when I was not knowing, was very easy. And according to the media or movies or whatever we see that within a minute FIR has been launched. But in true, it's not possible. We have been running for this from last September 2015, and we were on our toes to each and every authority over here in Kondwa and in Mohammad Wadi police station. We talked to various people. We went physically over there each and every weekend and had a word with the senior peoples over there, and it was really a troublesome activity to have an FIR launch. I will not point out why, because that is the system I am seeing everywhere in every police station, and I don't think I am the right person to speak about the things. Maybe that is because of the technical reasons or thing, but then in this course of time I have learned many things. I have seen a lot of good police people like Mr. Bhagwan, Mr. Shetty, who is working on the case, and Mukashi, the head of them, who is looking into the things when we meet. And the most important thing, the commissioner, assistant commissioner of police, Mr. Ravinder, who has helped us to actually log this complaint. His efforts were the main which helped us to took the step which we really needed for this group issue. Let me give you the details of the FIR which we have put. My FIR was against Mr. Suraj Raman Bhujwal and Ranjit Raman Bhujwal, Ranjit Jagannath Bhujwal. These are all the co-owners of Bhujwal Group or the builders which we have filed an FIR against. My FIR was very simple. It was that in 2013 I have booked a flat.
कौन से प्रोजेक्ट में?
I have booked a flat in a Mystery Trail project, and it was complete. Flat was in 27 lakhs. I have already paid near about 18 lakhs to the builder, or we can say 16 lakhs according to the payment which is given on papers, and 2 lakhs about registration fees or something. So this was the amount, total amount which I have till now given, and the possession date was September 2015. I have already informed the builder. I have had various meetings to see the builder's viewpoint, why he was delaying the project, but I didn't get the right information from him. And later on, I didn't have any option then to run to the police station for getting the justice and filing the FIR. We are complete a Mystery Trail group project of 80 people. I have many people along with me. This is not an individual FIR. This is a group FIR which we are doing, and we all are now in the process of recording the statement for this FIR to prepare a charge sheet against the builder. And at the same time, police is contributing their things by helping us out in investigation and other things, and this is what we have achieved till date. Moving forward, I will be just wanting you to No, that filing FIR is not very easy. It is a process which you need to understand very correctly, because over here in I don't know about another states, but in Maharashtra or Pune, for me it was not a quite easy task. I have to go to ample of people many times from September till December, so that my FIR is getting launched, and it was through Assistant Commissioner of Pune of Banori Division, Mr. Ravinder Russell, who gave us the order in the end for the FIR filing, and our group is really thankful to him for his work and helping and guiding us out. At the same time, we are thankful to Mr. Bhagwan, who has helped Mr. Mukashi, the senior person, and even Mr. Shetty and Sarika ma'am and Vakchore sir, who is helping us out in this case. Thank you.
So point is this कि why it is difficult to file FIR against a builder. ये point है.
Okay. So it is my opinion. First of all, on this matter, I feel that there are two reasons. One is very simple, to reach to the conclusion that police is managed by the builder.
ऐसा लगता है?
Yes, of course, I feel.
Okay.
Because there are n number of projects which is going through very rough time and more rougher time than us.
Okay.
They are facing very critical issues. Many of the projects are abandoned by the builders, but there is no FIR launched by the people. Maybe this can be one of the reason, like a group of people who are related to those projects has not reached to the police or the authority for the FIR. Or maybe it can be a reason that like us, they reached, but they were not entertained. They were put to harsh side of running behind the police, which we eventually did, and we reached to this achievement state. But then I feel that everyone is not so much luckier than us. Everyone is not having that much, I can say, communication with the senior authorities
of the police.
Okay. to make the things visible to the senior level people.
Group.
Every group is not so much active that they are very sure that they wanted to see the people who is wrong or having a crime or doing a crime against them put behind the bars. So I feel that it is equally important from both the perspective, from the police side also, and from the group people or the person who is against builder or anyone, not against the builder also, but anyone in general. FIR should be like that it should be very easy to tackle for a simple normal person, but it is not so. And there is n number of issues. What we saw was darker side also and brighter side also of the both the things. If I say darker, I say because I had a word about this in my first 2 meetings with the police. Why FIR is so hard to write? And they told me that it is hard because many of the times people give false allegations against someone.
Okay.
So they don't want to file an FIR just in the one say, because they have to work on this.
Okay.
And if they go to court and court then find that this was all waste of time, it is a bad rapport for the police.
Okay.
Or the officer who is writing the FIR. So they don't write it very easily. Second thing is that...
so it means you have to convince the police that this is a serious crime.
Yes, and you have to produce various documents, various things to validate the statements which you are giving in front of the police.
Okay. But Aparna, now problem is this, your position was in 2015.
Yes.
And you launched police FIR, filed FIR in the month of
Jan.
Jan 2016. So how you convince me? Yes, there is a crime, there is a case.
Okay.
Because see, delayed possession is a common thing.
Yes.
Hello. So how you convince them? Ki, no, here there is a serious case.
Okay.
Because-
First of all, our group didn't take this common thing as a common.
That is important.
Why we take this thing as a common? Just because the people around me is doing something wrong, it does not mean that it has become a rightful for us to accept it. It is illegal, it is wrong, it is crime, and being an educated person, walking on a simple line that what is right and what is wrong, I can differentiate very easily. Everyone is differentiating it, but just we don't want to put our efforts over there. We just okay, ये चलता है, ये होता है,
हाँ,
ये
होता
हो रहा
है।
है, सारे बिल्डर्स ऐसे ही कर
करते
रहे
हैं,
हैं।
हाँ।
कुमार को देख लो, इधर देख लो, उधर देख लो, बड़े बड़े बिल्डर्स ने ऐसा किया है, तो हम भी, हमारा तो बिल्डर छोटा है।
वही बेस लाइन क्रिएट हो जाती है और उसी बेस लाइन पे हम खड़े रहते हैं कि भाई ये बिल्डर सभी जगह पे ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, 6-7 महीने डिले होता है।
हाँ।
अभी हमारे ग्रुप में ऐसे भी मेंबर है, उनका 1 साल 1.5 साल से एग्रीमेंट का टाइम जो है खत्म हो गया, पर
हाँ।
वो FIR नहीं करना चाहते थे।
हाँ।
ये ग्रुप क्रिएट करने में हमें बहुत टाइम हो गया। उसके बाद हम FIR करने गए तो पुलिस इतने जल्दी से मान नहीं लेती कि भाई FIR करने के लिए ये जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है वो वैलिड है, तो वो लीगल ऑफिस को भेज देती है। और तो लीगल ऑफिस में जाने के बाद वहाँ पे बहुत सारे फाइल्स रहते हैं, तो वो फाइल्स रहते हैं तो उसको प्रोसेस करने के लिए बहुत टाइम जाता है। तो उसको फास्ट करने के लिए हमें बहुत एफर्ट लेना पड़ा। मीन्स हमारी फाइल कुछ तो 1000 नंबर पे थे, तो हमें बस पहले 10 में लाने के लिए बहुत टाइम गया। फिर ये सब चीजें करने के लिए जो टाइम जाता है उसमें हमारे 1-2 महीना गया। उसके बाद पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन करती है। वो ये हम कॉमन पीपल है तो ये सब चीजें हमारे लिए फास्ट नहीं होती। मैंने एक चीज सुनी थी, सचिन पिलगांवकर की केस थी, तो उनका FIR एक 10 दिन में हो गया, पर हम कॉमन पीपल है तो वो हम पे ज्यादा जल्दी से ट्रस्ट नहीं करते। उनके पास बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम रहते तो वो हमारी तरफ ध्यान ही नहीं देते। ये कॉमन प्रॉब्लम। उनका ड्यूटी शेड्यूल बहुत रहता है, हमारा वर्किंग डेज रहते हैं, हम वर्किंग करते रहते हैं, तो हमारे 5 दिन में हम टाइम नहीं दे पाते थे, तो हर वीकेंड या वीकेंड डिले हो जाता है इसमें। तो ये सब प्रॉब्लम FIR फाइल करने में हमें हो गए।
And I feel that there are some technical reasons which are more important for people to understand is when they are going against builder, there is in technical term something called cognizable offense and non-cognizable offense. Now the cognizable offense are all those offense which we can relate through very easily, very quickly relate to our eyes, like crime happening like murder or theft or anything which is very easy to see or catch. So these all comes into cognizable offense. But when it comes to the builders offense, first of all, police usually keep them out from the civil matters. Because this is something of the civil nature, but yes, it is definitely coming under a crime of Maharashtra State Ownership Act, MOFA, which we call in short, and then it is a cheating, it is a fraud. Why I say like this is because that is the clauses on which my FIR has been put.
Which are clauses?
Cheating and fraud.
Cheating and fraud.
Yes, and why I say like this is because a very good picture by every builder has been put when you go for a booking. Okay, you will have a garden area, you will have a swimming pool. Your on agreement, the date is written 2015 September, but we will manage to give you in 2014. That was what I was duped into. Verbally, the commitment was made for 2014. So, and later on, when I went for an agreement, they said, okay, madam, we will see to it, it is given in 2014, but just for the agreement's sake, if it is delayed, it will not be more than 2015 September. But what I saw was that the complete structure is also not ready. The first few floors is not ready. How can I tell that I am not duped into this thing? If the builder is starting work from today, it will take almost 1.5 years for him to make and give the possession. So for me, it is not a issue of not non-cognizable. It is an offence of cognizable, and that was what I need to be proved in front of police people.
Police.
Good. In short, can you tell me how many buildings were there and exactly what was
Yes.
the state or stage of the construction when you filed the case?
Yes. So when we
One
filed
second.
the case, we in our project we have 4 buildings,
4 buildings.
A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
and there were a few common amenities which has to be given. So I will not talk about amenities because building itself is on very initial stage.
Yeah.
So if I say A building, it is just like parking area has been covered and 1 floor above the parking area, which has been recently made. And apart from this, the B building, not even the foundation was there. So and even C and D, it was like not even 50% complete.
Okay.
When I say 50% complete, or when I'm giving the percentage, I am only talking about RCC.
RCC.
I am not talking about the complete percentage or
So
something.
building was 11 story old and 6 or 7 slabs were cast.
Yes,
Yeah.
No,
the
that is what you are
building,
saying.
building was 11 story as per the verbal commitment which
Given.
builder has given. But later on we found out that it was not that much what builder has given. So our building till now with the blueprint approved by PMC, which we have taken out, was only 10 floor.
10, okay.
A floor, A building is 10 floor, and B, C, D is B is I think 5 floor, and I guess C and D is only 8
Eighth
floor.
floor.
Only 8 floors.
Eight floor.
But then the
No, one sec. What it means is the presentation, as per the presentation, all buildings were 11 story
11
tall.
Yes.
But in reality, sanction was only
8th floor or
8th
5th floor.
or 5th floor.
Yeah,
And this is called cheating.
cheating.
yes, and even in the agreement the same thing is given.
Yeah.
Our slab
Like
structure
the
is
payment
also
of the slab.
Slab payment structure is also as per the 11th.
11th floor.
Yes,
Yes.
and it is very easy case for us. It was very easy case to understand, but then we need to understand it for making people to understand about it.
3 साल से वही देख रहे कि उसका कुछ काम ही नहीं हो रहा, तो
That is another
better way
point. No,
to
work
go
was
FIR.
stalled. Your construction work of your project was stalled.
Stalled, yes.
For how many years?
For
From
1.5 year, it was completely stopped.
completely.
Okay.
And like it was happening then also, it was like that for the sake of people to show that it is happening. 4 people, 4 laborers in a building of 11 floors, which as per builder says will not do any justification.
So they were only pretending that work is going on. Only employing 4 laborers, they were pretending that construction is going on.
Right.
और वो जो भी रीजन हमें बता रहे थे लीगल प्रॉब्लम है वो, उसका हमारे पास एविडेंस भी है कि उन्होंने बताया था कि ये लीगल प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप डिसबर्समेंट कर दो. तो लीगल प्रॉब्लम जहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है उसके बाद भी हमारा डिसबर्समेंट हुआ है, फिर भी वो काम नहीं कर रहा और गलत रीजंस बता रहे हैं. तो हमें लगा कि वो फ्रॉड केस है, तो हमने वो एफआईआर के लिए हम
That is another story. I mean, you complained to him, you had a meeting with him, and at that point of time, he gave some reasons.
Some
So
false
one
reasons.
was legal case.
लीगल केस. एक्चुअली वो लीगल केस का एविडेंस ये है कि हमारे पास उन्होंने लेटर भेजा है कि ये कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आप डिसबर्स करो. हमने
करो.
डिसबर्स भी हुआ है, कुछ
हाँ.
लोगों का लोन भी हुआ है.
हाँ.
ये सब चीजें होने के बावजूद भी वो काम नहीं कर रहा,
काम
तो
नहीं
हमें
कर रहा
लगा
है.
कि वो हमें मिलने ही वाला नहीं.
हाँ.
और उनके जो भी स्कीम्स है मेरे से अलग है, फॉरेस्ट मेश और वो जो है वो 5 साल से चल रही है. तो हमारा भी ऐसा लगा कि हमें भी जो पोजीशन दिसंबर 2014 बोला है वो 2020 तक जा सकता है. तो हम कब तक EMI भरे और क्या करें. तो
So this is considering the work of other projects. You came to conclusion that how
Yes.
long we should wait,
So हमने-
or we have to wait.
And I personally feel that people like us are not fooled by others. We become fooled by our own selves.
No, sorry, I didn't get you.
I wanted to say that after seeing all the things and going from zero till here, what I have reached to the conclusion is that people don't make you fool. You become your fool yourself. Why I say this is because this builder was having 4 projects already in a very miserable state.
Yeah.
Those projects were of Pune itself. But then we didn't got that initiative in our hearts to do a research background check on the builder. So we became fool our own self. He talked very goody things and we got lured into it. This and the baddest part is this, that I can still see those people not having any awareness campaigning going on in the Pune real estate. And this builder has already my builder has already launched 3-4 projects in Pune, and he's stooping more people. And I am very sure that when he don't have money for our project, or what he says that I am going through crisis, maybe financial or whatever he is talking about, if he's luring us into that thing, will he be able to do justification for all the new projects which he is launching? 7 projects down the line is in the crisis due to this person. When I count 7 projects, I count the projects which are not completed, fully completed, and few projects which he has launched.
He launched a couple of projects after he launched yours.
Yes. And we people like see my group only becoming active for awareness. I don't see the project Vatika people becoming socially active for people to make them understand that this is something. Because I see Vatika is the oldest project in Pune real estate of my builder, who has gone through a lot of crisis, and still it is in crisis. People are getting water from the tanker. They have not got the PMC approval. The lift has not got assigned, or you can say work permit from the government. NOC from the government to be functional. So there was lot of issue with the lift working in the society. There is no common amenities till now given. They are facing till now. They are running behind the builder for the things. I feel instead of running behind the builders, they should be running behind the authorities. The Pune PMC commissioner, the collector who is doing the registry. Let's be human. Let's take up that initiative of bringing awareness among the people around us, so that they can be saved by their money.
Wait one second, Aparna. This is very important point. So what you're saying is, first you are blaming the buyers because they don't do the proper research, due diligence. So
not the buyers, sir.
Not the buyer.
My own self.
Even you blame yourself.
Yes.
You didn't do it. That is one point. Second point, what you is making, ki other people who are suffering, they also don't fight for their rights, or they don't enlighten other buyers ki what they are going through. That is your another important point. So you feel ki that is their responsibility to enlighten other buyers ki exactly what they are facing.
And
you want them to share their experiences and their views and opinion about particular builder. And third point is, you want them to fight for their rights with the respective authorities.
But not individually. We should, as the people suffering in the Pune real estate, we should be having very strong bond between all the groups. All the groups together come in front of commissioner. Maybe it is Kumar, maybe it is Bhujbal, maybe it is someone else, Jwadekar, or I don't know, Goyal Ganga, or anyone. It should not be a builder's fight. According to the names of the builder, it should be a very packed group fight. Why? Because we want to change the system. We are not fighting against the builder. Builders will be like that, but the system has to become a right now to take the actions very quickly and immediately. If I am forced to fight a case of 2 years, this is not the right system in this time, in this duration, where on the click of the things are happening. When I can reach to PM, Mr. Modi, I can reach in a click. Why can't I do the things for my own personal things together? Will it not make a sense? Will this not catch the attention of the people who can change the system?
अभी
बरोबर आहे.
एक वन सेकंड.
मी माझ्या फ्लॅटचं बुकिंग साल 2012 दिवाळीला केलं होतं, दिवाळीच्या मुहूर्तावर. आणि त्याच्यानंतर त्यांनी सांगितलं की आत्ता तरी ही साईट आहे ही पूर्णपणे ग्राउंड लेवलवरती आहे, सध्या तिथे काहीही काम झालेलं नाही आहे. आणि त्याच्यानंतर आता ह्याच्यावरती पुढचं प्रोसेसिंग म्हणजे काम सुरू होईल हळूहळू. आणि त्याने सुरुवातीला आमच्याकडून बुकिंग अमाऊंट घेतली आमच्या बिल्डरनी. आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर त्यांनी सांगितलं की मार्चपर्यंत जे आहे म्हणजे 2013च्या मार्चपर्यंत तुम्हाला म्हणजे तुमचं ॲग्रीमेंट होऊन जाईल आणि सगळं सुरळीत होईल आणि काम सुरू होणार. तर मार्च उलटलं, त्याच्यानंतर मे आलं. मे मध्ये त्यांनी सांगितलं की त्यांनी आम्हाला मे की जून मध्ये काहीतरी ड्राफ्ट पाठवला, पण त्या ड्राफ्टमध्ये ज्या अटी होत्या त्या आम्हाला अजिबात मान्य नव्हत्या. कारण का तर त्यांनी त्याच्यामध्ये काही अशा अटी घातल्या होत्या की ज्या म्हणजे आम्हाला मान्यच नव्हत्या. त्यांनी सांगितलं होतं की आम्हाला फर्स्ट म्हणजे सेकंड की थर्ड स्लॅबपर्यंतच आम्हाला जवळजवळ 50 ते 70% रक्कम आमची द्यावी लागेल. त्याच्यानंतर बऱ्याचशा अशा गोष्टी होत्या की ज्या मान्य नव्हत्या. आम्ही त्याच्यासाठी बिल्डरला जाऊन जवळजवळ 4 ते 5दा आम्ही त्यांना म्हणजे गाठलं. त्यांनी सुरुवातीला आमच्याशी भेटायला पण टाळाटाळ केली, पण त्याच्यानंतर शेवटी भेटला तो. त्यांनी सांगितलं की नाही, हे असं नाही होणार, तुम्हाला जर बुकिंग करायचं असेल तर हे असंच जावं लागेल, एल्स यू कॅन कॅन्सल अ फ्लॅट. तर आम्ही म्हटलं की ठीक आहे, आता जर असं होत असेल तर ठीक आहे, म्हणजे तुमच्या जरा समंजसपणे आम्ही घेतलं आणि त्यांच्याशी अग्रीमेंट करून आम्ही पुढे गेलो. अग्रीमेंट झालं. त्यांनी जेव्हा अग्रीमेंट केलं, अग्रीमेंट आमचं जवळजवळ 1 ते 1.25 वर्ष डिले झाला आमच्या अग्रीमेंटमध्ये.
अग्रीमेंट का डिले झालं?
अग्रीमेंट हे एकतर त्यांनी त्याच्यामध्ये दखल घेतली नाही अग्रीमेंटसाठी, की अग्रीमेंट
केलंच नाही. त्याचा एकतर ते जागेचा वाद होता अगोदर, त्या जागा मालक आणि बिल्डर यांचाच वाद असताना सुद्धा त्यांनी लोकांचे पैसे घेऊन बुकिंग वगैरे केलं. त्यांनी अगोदर टायटल क्लिअर नसताना लोकांची बुकिंग घेतली त्यांनी.
म्हणजे
त्यामुळे तो अग्रीमेंट करू शकत नव्हता, म्हणून अग्रीमेंट झालं नाही.
माझ्या बाबतीत तर मी 1 ऑगस्ट 2013ला फ्लॅट बुक केलेला आहे, तरी अजून अग्रीमेंट केलेलं नाही त्यांनी. आणि मी 21,50,000 रुपये त्याला आतापर्यंत दिलेले आहेत. काही अमाऊंट बँके थ्रू चेकने दिलेले आहे, RTGS केलेले आहे, काही रक्कम त्यांनी कॅश स्वरूपात सुद्धा घेतलेली आहे.
नाही पण जर त्यांनी अग्रीमेंट केलं नाहीये तर एवढे पैसे का दिले? काम झालेलं होतं का इतकं?
नाही, अगोदर कसं बुकिंगच्या वेळेसच ठरलेलं होतं की मी माझा पहिला 1 BHK फ्लॅट विकून त्याला पैसे दिलेले आहेत ते.
अरे हा, तुम्ही तुमचा पहिला फ्लॅट विकलेला होता ना?
विकलेला आहे. मग त्या अग्रीमेंटच्या वेळेस असं ठरलं की तुम्ही एवढे पैसे वन टाइम दिल्यानंतर मी तुम्हाला एवढा रेट 100-1 रुपये कमी करून दिला त्यांनी, तुम्ही वन टाइम एवढे पैसे द्या मला, असं त्यामुळे ते वन टाइम एवढे पैसे दिलेले होते त्यांनी.
तुम्ही त्यावेळेला कमिट केलेलं होतं की मी तुम्हाला वन टाइम इतके पैसे देईन आणि तुम्ही मला एवढा रेट,
मग एवढा रेट कमी करतो,
ओके,
असं दिलेलं होतं त्यांनी.
ओके.
अग्रीमेंट त्याच्यानंतर लगेचच करतो असं सांगितलं होतं त्यांनी.
तेव्हा सांगितलेलं होतं त्यांनी.
आणि अग्रीमेंट केल्यानंतर मी 13 मध्ये ऑगस्ट 13ला बुकिंग केलं, डिसेंबर 14ला पोझिशन देतो असं त्यांनी सांगितलं होतं. डिसेंबर 14चं पूर्ण गेलं तर अजून अग्रीमेंट सुद्धा केलेलं नाही.
अजून अग्रीमेंट पण केलेलं नाही. आणि कामाची स्टेज काय आहे?
कामाची स्टेज आता 2 वर्ष झालं टोटली जवळजवळ स्टॉपच आहे. एक 7-8 लोक फक्त तो काम चालू आहे एवढं दाखवण्यापुरतं एक 7-8 लोक चालू असतात तिथं, फक्त शो करतोय, बाकीचं काही नाही.
प्रोग्रेस.
तर मग आता तुम्हाला हे जे त्यांनी सांगितलं की 100 रुपये मी रेट कमी करतो, तुम्ही वन टाइम एवढे सगळे पैसे द्या, म्हणून तुम्ही 21 लाख रुपये त्याला दिले होते.
21,50,000
त्यांनी तुम्हाला दिले होते. पण ऍक्च्युली त्याला त्यावेळेला लिगल इश्यू होता, त्यामुळे अग्रीमेंट पण करणं शक्य नव्हतं. काम पण 2 वर्ष बंद आहे.
तेव्हा तो अग्रीमेंट करा असं म्हणत होता, पण तिथं बॅनर लावले होते त्या जागा मालकाने की ही फसवणूक होणार आहे, तुम्ही इथं फ्लॅट बुक करू नका वगैरे असे. त्यामुळे तो अग्रीमेंट त्यावेळी आम्ही थांब म्हटलं, मग हे तुमचा इश्यू अगोदर क्लिअर होऊ द्या जागेचा, नंतर आमचं अग्रीमेंट करा.
पण बुकिंग करताना तुम्हाला हे माहित नव्हतं की लिगल इश्यू आहे?
काहीच नव्हतं. कारण ज्या बँक, SBI बँक, HDFC बँक, ह्या बँकांचे त्याच्याकडे ATM नंबर्स होते. म्हणजे पूर्ण सँक्शन प्लॅन आहे असं, SBI अप्रूव्ड आहे म्हटल्यानंतर लोक काय म्हणणार, सगळे डॉक्युमेंट्स क्लिअर आहेत.
नाही
हा,
नाही नाही
साधारणतः-
ज्यावेळेला तुम्ही बुक केलं त्यावेळेला एपीएफ नंबर होता त्याच्याकडे,
होता.
तर त्यामुळे लिगल इश्यू आहे असं तुम्हाला वाटलंच नाही, कारण बँकांनी सँक्शन केलेलं आहे.
साधारणतः ग्राहकांमध्ये असा समज आहे की एसबीआय अप्रूव्ड जर कुठलीही साईट असली
हो.
तर त्या साईटमध्ये सहसा कुठला फायनान्शियल क्रिसिस किंवा काही पण क्रिसिस असणं म्हणजे शक्य नाही.
शक्य नाही
कारण तर एसबीआय जे आहे ते पूर्ण पडताळणी केल्यानंतरच कुठल्याही साईटला अप्रूव्ह करते आणि आपण त्याच्यासाठी ब्लाइंडली जाऊ शकतो, असं म्हणजे ग्राहकांचा एक म्हणजे
विश्वास
विश्वास बसलेला
विश्वास
आहे.
आहे.
हा, विश्वास बसलेला
पण
आहे.
मग तो खरा आहे का हे आता तुमच्या अनुभवावरनं काय
नाही,
सिद्ध
मग
होतं
आम्हाला
बरं?
अजिबात वाटत नाही की हे खरं आहे.
एकच
एकच पॉईंट मी हायलाइट करू शकतो
हो.
की आहे ना, एसबीआयनी किंवा LICनी किंवा आम्ही सर्व बँकांकडनं जे लोन अप्रूव्ह करून घेतलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये अजूनही ब्ल्यू प्रिंटवर तिथे 8th फ्लोअर पर्यंत सँक्शन आहे आणि आमच्या अग्रीमेंटमध्ये 11th फ्लोअर पर्यंत स्लॅब स्ट्रक्चर आहे पैशाचं. तर एवढं फक्त पडताळणी केलं असतं तरी बँकांना कळलं असतं की हे फ्रॉड आहे, तरी पण त्यांनी आमचं लोन अप्रूव्ह केलं. तर आम्हाला EPF नंबर आहे, म्हणजे एक कंझ्युमर म्हणून आम्हाला काही एज्युकेशन भेटत नाही, तर आम्हाला असं वाटतं की हा हे बँक हे सांगते म्हणजे ते एक बेस लाईन आहे, पण ती बेस लाईनच आमच्यासाठी चुकीची भेटली, त्यामुळे हे सर्व प्रॉब्लेम आमच्यासाठी तयार झाले.
तर मग तुमचं म्हणणं असं होतं की जर त्या प्लॅनवर दिसतंय की 8च मजले सँक्शन आहेत किंवा 5च मजले सँक्शन आहेत, तर मग बँकांनी एपीएफ नंबर का दिला?
हा,
असं
APF
तुमचं
नंबर
म्हणणं
तो पण एक प्रश्न आहे. शिवाय
आणि अग्रीमेंट मध्ये हाऊ कॅन दे पुट 11 फ्लोर्स ऑफ अग्रीमेंट वेन ब्लू प्रिंट इज नॉट हॅव्हिंग 11 फ्लोर.
हा.
And how can bank approve such kind of project? Didn't bank see the blueprint? It is hand in gloves.
yes.
It is hand in gloves. The builder, whatever he has been able to do, is with the approval of the bank. Bank is equally doing all these kind of frauds. And what I have done when the money got disperses from my account without any approval of mine for last 2 payment, when I said to the bank that this much amount cannot, when builder send me 55% draft, I told to bank that how can you say 55% putting the actual project pictures on the email. And then they didn't responded me back, just that we are looking into the things, and after like 5 days I'm getting this response that the money is dispersed.
Wait one sec. What is your case?
For me,
Builder demanded 55%.
Yeah, the builder demanded 55%.
Yeah.
The loan sanctioning was one of the issue.
Yeah.
With the project pointing out to this legal thing by the owner. It was put on our project. The moment we had taken the loan papers for sanctioning, this was put. Now my complete loan activity was completed in 2013 in the month of December, I should say, or maybe not December, I should say November. And this is the time when the builder put this.
Okay.
Not the builder, the owner. Landowner put this.
Okay.
The civil suit was going on. What is about the search report of the bank?
Yeah.
और ये बैनर रखने के बाद भी उन्होंने हमारा डिसबर्समेंट किया है.
हाँ.
इसके लिए हमने मेल भी किया उनको, बिल्डर को, कि आप ये कर रहे हो तो हम डिसबर्स नहीं करने वाले. तो उनसे हमें लेटर आ गया कि उनके एडवोकेट से कि ये कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, फिर भी आप डिसबर्समेंट कर दो. तो वहाँ पे वो वेरीफाई कैसे करते हैं, इस पे हमें डाउट है.
बैंक वेरीफाई कैसे करती है?
वो उन्होंने ये पिक्चर देखा नहीं है क्या? उनके वेरीफाई करने वाले कंपनी वैलिडेशन टीम ने देखा नहीं है क्या? उन्होंने हमें मीन्स कुछ क्लू नहीं दिया, क्यों नहीं दिया कि भाई ये प्रॉब्लम है, आप देखो, ये करो. क्योंकि बैंकों को लगता है कि उनका ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोन जाए, उनको अर्निंग ज्यादा से ज्यादा हो जाए, वो खाली बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देखते हैं. हम EMI पे कर रहे हैं, अभी तक हम EMI भी पे कर रहे हैं, विदाउट पोजीशन हम इनकम टैक्स भी भर रहे हैं, तो हमारे लिए पैसा ही नहीं बचता. हम मेडिक्लेम करें, कुछ पैसा ही नहीं है हमारे पास, तो हम कैसे सर्वाइव करें? ये बहुत बड़ा पॉइंट है. और इनके लिए कोई भी कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है जहाँ पे बिल्डर का कुछ सर्च निकाल सकते हैं, तो यहाँ पे बता सकते हैं कि ये बिल्डर के प्रॉब्लम्स है. वहाँ पे ग्रेड सिस्टम रहते हैं, ग्रेड सिस्टम भी नहीं पता है, कोई बैंक बताती नहीं है, कोई कुछ भी नहीं है. हमारे यहाँ प्लेटफॉर्म भी नहीं है. यही सब प्रॉब्लम्स
And
है.
I
हाँ.
मला पण बँकेच्या व्हेरिफिकेशन प्रोसेस बाबत जरा बोलायचं होतं. ते म्हणजे असं की त्यांनी जे ॲग्रीमेंट दिलं होतं त्या ॲग्रीमेंटच्या अकॉर्डिंगली त्यांनी म्हणजे त्यांचे जे मुद्दे त्यांनी ठरवले होते की पहिल्या स्लॅबवरती तुम्हाला एवढ्या टक्के रक्कम द्यावी लागेल, तिसऱ्या स्लॅबवरती एवढी, पाचव्या स्लॅबवरती एवढी. तर त्यांनी आमच्या बिल्डिंगला डबल पार्किंग आहे, तर त्यांनी ते डबल पार्किंगचं कन्सिडरेशन काही घेतलेलंच नाही आहे. शिवाय जे पार्किंगचे स्लॅब्स त्यांनी पाडले त्या पार्किंगच्या स्लॅब्सवरतीच त्यांनी फर्स्ट फ्लोअर, 5th फ्लोअर, 7th फ्लोअर असे म्हणून असं दाखवलं की 75% काम जे आहे तुमचं 60 ते 75% हे काम झालेलं आहे. आणि शिवाय आमच्याकडून 80% पर्यंत रक्कम आमच्याकडून एक्स्ट्रा घेतली आहे ती रक्कम, जी की जायला पण हवी नव्हती. आम्ही त्यांना विचारलं पण की हे कसं काय बाबा, तुम्ही कसे काय घेत आहेत, हे असं झालेलं नाही. तर त्यांचं म्हणणं असं होतं की बँक जेव्हा तुम्हाला इश्यू करते तर त्याला म्हणजे तुम्हाला काही प्रॉब्लेम नसावी.
सर्टिफिकेट दिलं म्हणजे ते सर्टिफाय झालं असं त्यांचं म्हणणं आहे. आर्किटेक्चरनं सर्टिफिकेट जर खोटं दिलं तर ते आर्किटेक्चर देतोय म्हणजे तुम्ही द्यायचे पैसे, असा त्याचा अर्थ झाला.
शिवाय बँकेने
बँकेचं स्वतःचं काही म्हणणं नाही. आर्किटेक्टचं सर्टिफिकेट आहे,
आर्किटेक्चरचं सर्टिफिकेट इज फायनल. असं समजून ते तेवढे
तर बँकेकडून काही सर्च रिपोर्ट वगैरे निघते की नाही?
For us, they are costing us 11,000 some rupees for that loan, search report, everything. Then why they are taking this money if they don't have to do anything about it?
Bank has taken 11,000 rupees for search report.
Yes, search report, everything. And it is like bank is completely doing a crime, and I feel that RBI has put some committee, but just for the sake of putting it. What those committees are doing? If bank is doing so many wrong things, how can this project got sanctioned? First of all, when the customers are going to the bank with the legal proofs of frauds or the things wrong doing, they are not taking action. This is showing hand in gloves. And secondly, I myself has put a complaint about the bank verification team that when 55% was not done, how could they give 55%? Now bank is running behind a builder to return back my money, and builder is refusing it.
Builder is refusing it.
That
now how come bank realized they have paid more?
Bank,
because you complained.
Yes, no, it is not that I complain. They are already knowing that they are doing wrong. If we are doing something wrong, we already knows about it, because this is some internal process which is hidden by the customers, but they themselves know. Okay, there is ये लोचा है यहाँ पे, लेकिन ठीक है, इसे कवर अप करते हैं, बनाते हैं लोगों को उल्लू. That's the thing. Because when I went and when I talked about, okay madam, the money has now got dispersed, we cannot do anything, you have to go and talk with the builder. That is what the bank is saying. But am I a fool to listen? This is my hard earned money. Am I a fool to listen to the things which you are giving me at the last? This is between a bank and the builder.
हम क्यों भागे उसके लिए?
Why we should be running about this?
Yeah. And even bank is not having a glimpse of they are not showing at least a glimpse of guilty that they have done anything wrong. They are of the opinion that if they have made the payment one or the another day, the customer is going to pay the EMI and they are going to get their returns. Okay. So they are not concerned about how much percentage of work is complete and how much is disbursed from their side. That's what they are mainly concerned about, the EMI which they are getting from us, and it comprises of interest as well as the principal. Principal is considered only as 30 to 40%, and the rest over amount, that is 60%, is considered as interest. And only interest is means interest is collected from our side, collected. That's it. Means we are getting bankrupt from our side by paying EMI as well as paying the house rent. Yeah. At the end of the month, we are left with nothing in our hands. But still, we are surviving, and we are in the hope that one or the other day we will be getting our home. Yeah, we are making our efforts to get out of these situations, and that's why eventually we come up to the conclusion that we should lodge a FIR, and we should also go to the consumer court for this sake.
Okay, you are going to consumer court also.
Yeah, we are also going to consumer court. So it's my humble request to all the flat purchasers that don't go or don't get attracted towards the lucrative brochures of the builders, and just do some of the homework before purchasing a flat, because it is your hard earned money, and don't let that money to go in such a manner, and do not lodge yourself in such a condition that we are in today.
आणखी
I feel that Gram Panchayat is an organization which is doing so many things for the consumers. Okay, and I see most of the time they are dealing most of the customer with developer problem, builders problem. So for such a things, when they are seeing 80% people approaching to them with this problem, don't they think that there should be a special program of such thing awareness in the Pune region? There should be classes which should be conducted how to become aware about the things, because half of the things I was never knowing when I booked the flat. So awareness is one of the things which I feel that the people in such organization can work about.
Okay.
Secondly, Ravi sir, I especially feel that your blogs are really motivating, inspiring, at the same time aware creating. But then I feel that it will be good if you take out a builder's report, which is very much needed in today's state. Kumar builder, 10 projects in his lifetime. The possession date was this, the agreement date was this, and the actual possession date was this. Maybe if you are not willing to comment about whether it was right or not, leave this it as pretty simple for people to understand. This is on the paper, and this can be on the blogs, and people can easily make out whom to give, and I think such kind of report should be on Times of India, so the builders became understanding. Okay, launching is not so important. Giving timely possession is one of the clause. Giving the people a homely flat thing is one of the things.
और गवर्नमेंट ने भी सैंक्शन प्लान जो भी रहते हैं वो ऑनलाइन आरटीआई के लिए, राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन के लिए रखनी चाहिए ऑनलाइन, क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं रहता कि वो सैंक्शन हुआ है या नहीं. हम कहाँ पे भी सर्च नहीं कर सकते कि वो कहाँ पे कैसे है सर्चिंग. तो ये सब रिपोर्ट यदि ऑनलाइन रहेंगे, क्यों नहीं तो. और ये जो भी एग्रीमेंट्स है
तो ऑनलाइन है ना.
हाँ,
इन पीएमसी एंड इन पीसीएमसी लिमिट on their websites, plans are there. Sanction plan and commencement letter is there on the website.
But it is too hard for people like us to understand that.
Yeah.
It is too hard.
Because
I myself, after reading so many times, understood what it was written. PMC plan, blueprint, it is like nightmare to understand, because you don't know technical expertising things on that.
Without technical expertise, we cannot understand that thing. So actually, I have taken a loan from SBI. So before taking loan from SBI, I was assuming that if I am taking loan from SBI, so SBI will be verified all the things that this project has sanctioned or not. There is any problem for this builder or for this project or not. So initially I talked to my friend. So my friend was telling that if you are taking a loan from SBI, so SBI will be verify everything. So I talked to builders. I asked this project has approved by SBI. So he was telling that it has approved, and he also told that this project has approved for all the banks. So I was assuming that everything is fine. So out of that I have taken loan from SBI. But after 2.5 years, I'm facing this problem that this project is not right. And when I was taken loan, so that time he was telling that within 1 year you will get possession. Actually my agreement date was December 2013, and but possession date has mentioned in agreement is 2015 December. So
date is not mentioned.
yeah, date is not mentioned, but it has simply
Actually-
written that 24 months from agreement.
From the date of
रियल
agreement.
इस्टेट रियल इस्टेट बिल पे आता है कि भाई डेट मेंशन करो, पर बिल्डर्स मानते नहीं कि डेट मेंशन करने का। वो हमें फॉल्स कमिटमेंट देते हैं 24 मंथ्स आफ्टर द एग्रीमेंट एग्जीक्यूशन, ऐसे वो लिख देते हैं। हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। तो गवर्नमेंट क्यों नहीं कुछ कॉमन एग्रीमेंट रखती है, कुछ कॉमन फॉर्मूला फॉर स्लैब वाइज स्ट्रक्चर क्यों नहीं रखती है? वो हर बिल्डर को फॉलो करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि यही इसकी वजह से 70 to 80% ऑफ फ्लैट बायर्स आर फेसिंग सेम प्रॉब्लम। सो ये यदि कॉमन कर दे तो ये सब केस कंज्यूमर कोर्ट में केस जाएगी, केस का कोर्ट का काम बढ़ेगा। ये नहीं हो सकता, नहीं होगा। ये कुछ क्यों नहीं करती? अभी हम जब ये केस लड़ रहे हैं तो हमें पता चला कि वो मोपा 1960 का एक्ट चल रहा है। अभी लेटेस्ट हमने मोपा का देखा तो वो रिवाइज जो है 2013 या 14 है। वो GR से क्यों नहीं एक्टिव एक्ट पूरे महाराष्ट्र को क्यों नहीं है? ये सब प्रॉब्लम क्यों रहते हैं? ये फिर विधानसभा में ये लोग क्यों ऐसे इसके ऊपर टाइम वेस्ट करते हैं? यदि वो अप्लाई नहीं करना चाहते तो वो वेस्ट क्यों करते हैं? रियल एस्टेट बिल अप्लाई क्यों नहीं होता पूरे इंडिया में एक ही? ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स गवर्नमेंट क्यों नहीं करती? मीन्स ये समझती क्यों नहीं है कॉमन पीपल का?
एंड ये मेरा एग्रीमेंट का कॉपी है। इसके अंदर हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि इसके अंदर लिखा हुआ है कि कौन से स्लैब पे कितना मनी देना है। बट आफ्टर ऑल दिस थिंग्स आई अंडरस्टूड that this is not what the government has taken out. This is not the right way of taking the money. But then when the government has taken out, why it does not make it compulsory?
नहीं मैं समझा नहीं, क्या क्या क्या?
This is not what the government has taken out. There is like on RCC, he is taking the complete money. Apart from RCC, there is lot of things.
Okay, you are raising that point, huh? Okay.
So I feel that this is about RCC given. Now government is not. I think for RCC, government has not approved more than 30% of the total amount flat, and this 100% amount this person or the builder is taking from me on the complete RCC thing.
So, according to you, what is the right when the installment should end?
Yes, and it should be complete project, and the complete project thing should be with
Entire project with all amenities, all infrastructure,
Yes.
entire completion of the project.
yes, and
That should be the end point of the installment.
and government has given some of the norms over here for this thing, but then why the government keep the loopholes? Why it does not make compulsory? If that is not put in the agreement will not be registered. That is as much simple. Why we think why we need to think like a Bill Gates when we can do the things in a very simple manner? I feel that way. Why we need to make the things very complex and all? The government has given certain clauses, certain things, but the government has put things in such a way that there are loopholes in those. So let's point to those loopholes to the government authority and bring the change which we require.
कंझ्युमर कोर्टमध्ये आता सगळ्यात जास्त केसेस बिल्डरच्या आहेत. जर तुम्ही फूडसाठी एक रूल बनवू शकता, मेडिसिनसाठी एक रूल बनवू शकता, तर बिल्डिंगसाठी का नाही, रिअल इस्टेटसाठी का नाही रूल्स आहेत की हे रूल्स फॉलो व्हायला पाहिजेत, हेच एग्रीमेंट पाहिजेत. प्रत्येकसाठी जर स्टँडर्ड डिफाईन आहे, प्रत्येक गाडी जर पास करायची असेल तर एरियामध्ये गाडी पास करायची असेल तर त्याला एक स्टँडर्ड आहे. तर हे जर बिल्डिंग रिअल जी आहे ती त्याचं जे काय प्लॅन सँक्शन किंवा हे सगळं जे अग्रीमेंट सँक्शन ह्यासाठी गव्हर्नमेंट का नाही स्टँडर्ड ठेवत? एक स्टँडर्ड ठेवलं तर प्रत्येक ग्राहकाला त्यासाठी विचार करायची गरज नाही, कारण प्रत्येक जण हा काही सिव्हिल इंजिनियर नाही किंवा ॲडव्होकेट नाही की तो प्रत्येक ॲग्रीमेंट वाचून काढे. कारण ॲग्रीमेंट हे लोकल भाषेत नसतं, एकतर ते इंग्लिशमध्ये असतं किंवा बहुतांशी इंग्लिशमध्ये असतं. तर प्रत्येकाला इंग्लिश समजेल असं नाही, म्हणजे लोकल लँग्वेजला पण आपण एवढं डिमांड देत नाही. तर तुम्ही लोकल लँग्वेजमध्ये ॲग्रीमेंट पाहिजे, म्हणजे ग्राहक कन्झ्युमरच्या नुसार ते ॲग्रीमेंट पाहिजे. एकतर तुला लोकल लँग्वेज हिंदी, नॅशनल लँग्वेज किंवा इंग्लिश, एक जे काही कम्फर्टेबल असेल त्यानुसार पाहिजे. ॲडव्होकेटची त्यावर साईन पाहिजे गव्हर्नमेंटच्या की हे व्हेरीफाय झालेलं आहे ॲग्रीमेंट. सगळे जे स्लॅब वाईज स्ट्रक्चर किंवा ते आता गव्हर्नमेंट म्हणतं वॅट आम्ही नाही भरायचा, हा बिल्डर नाही भरायचा, पण बिल्डर आमच्याकडूनच वॅट घेतो, सर्व्हिस टॅक्स घेतो. नंतर त्याच्यामध्ये डेव्हलपमेंट चार्जेस केलेले असतात. MSCBचे चार्जेस कोणाला माहिती नसतात, कारण ते सर्चिंग करायला इतके इझी वे नाही आहे. तर हे सगळ्या गोष्टी जर बिल्डरसाठी स्टँडर्ड जर डॉक्युमेंट बनवले तर ते स्टँडर्ड एक डॉक्युमेंट पाहिल्यानंतर ग्राहकाला सगळं समजेल की बाबा हे प्रॉब्लेम आहे, तर आपण ह्या बिल्डरकडे नको जायला. कारण हे माहिती नसल्यामुळे आम्ही ते कुठल्या तरी एका बेसवर 4-5 स्कीम पाहतो, त्याच्यावर हा पण 2 लाख रुपये डेव्हलपमेंट चार्जेस घेतोय, हा पण 2 लाख घेतोय, तर हा आमच्यासाठी बेसलाईन होतो. म्हणजे आम्ही म्हणतो की हा पण बिल्डर छान आहे. तर याच्यावर आम्ही जाऊन ह्या ज्या काही ॲझम्पशनवर जाऊन आम्ही जे काही बुक केलेलं आहे त्याच्यामुळे हे प्रॉब्लेम्स होतात.
मैं भी इनमें से ही हूँ. मैं कॉलेज जाता हूँ और मतलब डैडी जी तो काम पे ही रहते हैं, तो उनके जगह पर मैं आता हूँ.
हाँ.
तो हमने जब
आप मीटिंग अटेंड करते हो?
हाँ, मीटिंग अटेंड करता हूँ. तो हमने 2013 में बुक किया था. तो पोजीशन था 2014 दिसंबर में. तो अभी तक तो पोजीशन मिला ही नहीं. तो उसके बाद हम डैडी में हम पर्सनली बिल्डर से मिलते थे. तो बिल्डर कुछ सिर्फ यही कहते थे कि हाँ होता है हो रहा है. पर काम में तो कोई प्रोग्रेस था ही नहीं. तो जब मतलब हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं चलने का. फिर जब ग्रुप फॉर्म हुआ तो तब हम ग्रुप से हमें सब पता चल रहा है कि क्या बिल्डर किस प्रॉब्लम में है, क्या है. तो सब हमें पता चल रहा है अभी धीरे धीरे.
तो जब ग्रुप नहीं था तब कुछ पता नहीं चलता था.
तो जब ग्रुप में हम नहीं थे तो तभी हमें कुछ पता नहीं चलने का. सिर्फ बिल्डर से ही बात होने की और वो यही बताने का क्या हो रहा है, बस काम चल रहा है, तो आपको मिलेगा इतना ही बताने का. तो जब ग्रुप में आए तो सब अब चल रहा है कि क्या केसेस ये सब करने वाले.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड.
Fighting against the builder is one thing which we are eventually doing, and I think all the groups of the Pune real estate is doing the same. But fighting against the system to bring the right thing, we ourselves is the changer, and let's change the things around us. We are on the path of victory and we need you.